Well, good morning. It's Monday, and I'm coming to you from my office. Had a wonderful week last week. I'm thankful for this job, this delivery job. It's easy. I get Sunday and Mondays off, so that's another good thing. And I only work from 3 till 9 at night, or 8:30. But yeah, it's good, and I'm so thankful for it. God has graced me and my family, and it gets me busy, gets me out there, which is great. These shows may be mundane as far as the book of the unveiling is concerned right now, speaking about the 7 ecclesias, but we're going to get into some heavy stuff here when it comes to the throne section, the judgments, all of that. It's very important to get a clear picture of what's coming. Not saying it's for us, because it's not. None of this is for us. But we need to be edified in understanding what is coming for the earth and the judgments that are coming, the 7-year time of trouble. It's good to understand it. So that's why I bring it across to you. And we're still in the prophetic section, the 7 ecclesias. And this is the ecclesia to Thyatira, which is future, of course. All right, Tertullian and Epiphanius say that there was no ecclesia in Thyatira when John wrote these letters. On this ground, many rejected this prophecy in early times. There's no difficulty in this if we recognize the fact that in spirit, John was transported into the day of Jehovah, and that's in spirit. Then there will be an ecclesia in Thyatira, which will correspond perfectly with the epistle addressed to it. This is an allusion to the period of the kings. 1 Kings chapter 16, verse 31. The error of Balaam. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 15, and Jude 10 and 13. Becomes the state religion. So yeah, in this period of time, there will be a state religion. Cross-reference Unveiling 9:20 and 21, 17, chapter 17, verse 2 and 4, and 18, chapter 18, verse 3. The fact that Ephesus, Unveiling 2:6, and Pergamos, Unveiling 2:14, and Thyatira are all warned against this evil shows that the worship of the wild beasts will revive the seductions of idolatry. Death here used for an epidemic disease, plague, cross-reference Black Death. We're seeing this today, this CV19er, and I'll call it that too because Martin calls it, but we're seeing this bring in the mark of the beast. There's no joke on that one. That vaccine that's out will be perfected in that way where there's nobody going to be able to buy or sell without that mark. And it'll come in that form. I truly believe it. Through the vaccine. They're making passports. They're going to have that vaccine stamp basically saying that you had it. You had the vaccine. Well, when they do it biometrically and put it in your forehead or your right hand, it's the same thing. It'll be a mark. But it'll be used to buy and sell. And that's what's coming for this CB19er crap. It's the shadow of it, I would say. But death or plague, the epidemic diseases or plague in the future during the time of the last 3.5 years of the tribulation, that'll come in pretty strong, but that'll kill. That'll actually kill. This CB19er kills, but it doesn't kill like that future one is going to do, which is coming swiftly. So if you understand that. Kidneys and hearts is a Hebrew phrase signifying purity and of motive. From the heart, from the kidneys, purity of motive. The depths of Satan are in contrast with the depths of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10. The latter are explored by the Spirit and are unknown to the soulish man. Satan's depths are found in consecrating the most debased passions to religion. Every appeal to the senses, whether to the eye in magnificent buildings and ritual, or to the ear by mesmeric influence of music, or to the taste in suppers and banquets, or to the lower sensual appetites is a descent into the depths of Satan. In the beginning, he appealed to the woman through her senses. Genesis chapter 3, verses 1 and 6. His desire for worshipers leads him to offer them the strongest sensual inducements disguised under the sacred sanction of divine worship. The shepherd's mace was a heavy club with a thong to hold it securely to the wrist, and a large head bristling with spikes at the end. He carried a crook for the sheep, and a club for their enemies. Unveiling 12:5 and Unveiling 19:15. He will rule with rigor. Israel, not the body of Christ, will rule the millennial earth. In the east, pottery was crushed into bits to make a kind of cement. The morning star is especially appropriated by the son of David. Unveiling 22:16. He is the herald of the approaching day. A place in the earliest phase of the kingdom is awarded the conqueror. All right, the next one I'm going to go into is Sardis, and then we'll do the last two tomorrow. The seven spirits of God are literal. They are seen under various figures according to the connection. Before the throne, they appear as torches of fire. On the lambkin, they are seen as seven horns and seven eyes. They are commissioned for the entire earth. The stars are limited to the Ecclesias. Christ's coming is presented under various figures. He comes as a thief in the day of the Lord. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. Cross-reference Unveiling 16:15. The Lord warned his disciples of this aspect. Matthew chapter 24, verse 42 and 44. And Luke 12:39. When they shall say, peace and security, then sudden destructions will come upon the unwatchful. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. But we are not in darkness, that it should overtake us as a thief. 1 Thessalonians 5:4 and 11. Any man, woman, family, or tribe who turned from Jehovah to worship the gods of the nations was to be rubbed out. Deuteronomy 29:18 and 20. 18 and 20. David rubs out the names of some of his mighty men. And that's out of the Lamb's Book of Life, I believe, because they did not remain true to him. 2 Samuel chapter 23, verses 8 and 39. Joab, once over all his hosts, 2 Samuel chapter 20, verse 23, and Ahithophel, who were also erased. And that's out of the Lamb's Book of Life. Yes. Truly, truly, yes. That's how it is. Here, too, life and position depend on conduct. Our life is hid with Christ in God. Colossians 3:3. The scroll of life is referred to 6 times in this book. It contains the names of those who do not worship the wild beast. Unveiling 13:8 and Unveiling 17:8. It is opened at the great white throne. So there you go. That's the Book of Life. The Lamb's Book of Life. Unveiling 20, verse 12. And any whose names were not written in it were cast into the lake of fire, which is the second death. Unveiling 20:15. Those enrolled in it may enter the New Jerusalem. Unveiling 21:27. Those who take from the sayings of this prophecy will have their part taken from the log of life. Unveiling 22:19. So that's amazing. So you can see there'll be many who are also written in the Lamb's Book of Life. So those will enter into the New Jerusalem on the new earth. There'll be the new heavens and the new earth, but that new earth is for those who are written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Amazing stuff. And they're for the log of life. They're going to receive the log of life. Simple as that. So you can see that could be many masses of people. Seriously. At the Great White Throne, we're the adjudicators. So we'll see this. We will actually give them the new earth. The ones who are written in the Lamb's Book of Life. That is our job as adjudicators, to give them the new earth. We'll be able to see the hearts of men at that point. in order to adjudicate. We'll see the hearts of men. We'll know where they came from in their actual attitude toward all of mankind, toward creation, etc. They may not be members of the body of Christ, but that does not matter. They can receive the new earth at the great white throne. So tomorrow we'll finish the last two ecclesias, the letters, and then we'll go into the throne section, which is awesome. So grace and peace to you. I love you all. Have a beautiful Monday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.